We are back for What's Up This Week from the Do This Not That podcast presented by Marigold. This is our super short episode where we break down what's going on in marketing and business and in life this week. And then we still have our Ask Us Anything, our short episode later in the week, and then our big tips episode at the end of the week. So, what do we got? What's going on this week? Saw this research that came out from the Harris Poll Research Group that kind of blew my mind. It was a whole giant survey they did with Gen Z adults, people that are 18 to 27 years old, and it was all about social media use. And the big question they asked was, which platform do they wish was never invented? But before we get to that answer, some of the other data that they shared was also pretty wild. They shared after they surveyed everybody, how long do you think people are spending on social media each day? This is like makes me want to throw up. Over 60% of the respondents say they spend at least 4 hours a day, and 23% of the respondents say they spend over 7 hours a day on social media. This is ages 18 to 27. Dude, that is like wild. Now, going back to the ultimate question that they asked, which was, which platform do you wish was never invented? The ones that people weren't upset about, that were really low. People are only 15% of the people said YouTube, 17% of people said Netflix. I mean, come on, we all love Netflix and YouTube. What's the problem with that? But the ones that they really despised, that they said they wish were never invented, 34% said Instagram, then 37% said Facebook. 43% said Snapchat, which I dig Snapchat. I don't really understand that one. 47% said TikTok and 50% said X. So the bad ones that everybody wishes were never invented were X and TikTok and basically Snapchat. That's not my vibe. I love Snapchat for communicating. I think it's great. I do that with my teenage kids all the time. And um I don't know. Maybe it would be Instagram for me because it's such a time suck. Anyway, what else is going on this week? This was pretty interesting about business to business marketing during Halloween. All these stats came out that kind of shocked me a little bit about business to business marketers leaning into Halloween and the positive impact it has on their performance. So here are some stats. These first two stats from Loganax report. Halloween themed social media contests from business to business brands increase engagement by over 150% compared to regular posts during the month of October. Wow, that's for business to business stuff. So many times business to business marketers are like, no, we're skipping out on these kind of, silly-ish holidays like Halloween because that's off brand. You got to be in tune with what people are thinking about, right? And you see it in the data. Here's another one from that same report. Business to business marketers who incorporate Halloween elements into their content marketing efforts see a 25% increase in social media shares. And then this other one from Motley Fool, business to business companies that add Halloween branding to their marketing materials see a 22% increase in their click-through rate. So basically, whether you're a consumer marketer or a business marketer, if you're not leaning into Halloween, you're not taking advantage of something that's going to give you a boost, doesn't cost you any extra money, and stop thinking that this is like not serious or whatever. I don't know. I saw this interesting stuff that came out. There was an interview done with the head of Instagram, right? And they asked the head of Instagram, will you ever have it on Facebook and on Instagram? Because they're both owned by Meta, the same company. Will you ever have it on Instagram and on Facebook that we could switch our feed, like when we're scrolling, so it's only people that we follow feed, as opposed to all the other stuff that they stick in there with their algorithms? Will you ever give us an option on Instagram and Facebook that will be a following only feed? Which, by the way, I would like that very much. But here, unfortunately, is what he said. He said, his name is Adam Mosseri. Okay. I always say his name or Mosseri. I don't know. Whatever. This is what he said. He said, of course, we've thought about it and we've tested it and tried it a number of times. Every time we have, there's a subgroup of people who are happy. There's a bunch of people who forget that they're in it. And then overall, everybody who uses it uses Instagram less and less over time. So we're not going to do that. Right. And what they also shared is that 50% of content on Instagram that we now see when we go in the Instagram app, 50% of content is basically feeding stuff to us from the algorithm and AI and all this stuff. So it's like only half of our feed is people that we're actually following. Kind of stinks that we're never going to get that. Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right. On the useless, completely useless side of things, saw this thing that came out from Real Simple, the magazine or website, whatever. What are going to be the most popular Halloween costumes this year? Right. So here's what they got. They said Beetlejuice. I could see that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of Beetlejuice, which I'm on board with. That's going to be fun. That's cool, whatever. Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't know. It feels a little dated. If I was going to do that, I'd probably dress up as Wolverine in like that retro yellow suit. I feel like that's pretty cool. Disney Descendants. I know zero about that. I think that came out this summer. Again, I don't know anything about that. Whatever. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Come on. What are we doing? I mean, can we do something? Can we get a little more creative here? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I mean, I love Taylor Swift, all the stuff, whatever, but come on, enough. Wednesday. Here's the problem with Wednesday Addams from the TV show on Netflix. Are they ever going to come out with a new season? Like, what is actually going on? This is taking way too long in between seasons of shows that we all like. And that is a great show. I know they filmed it and it's going to come out, but like when? In like 2050? This is ridiculous. Bridgerton's another one. Problem with Bridgerton is you dress up like Bridgerton and then like people can ask you, what are you? No one's going to know that you're Bridgerton. They're like, oh, you're something from like the 1800s or whatever. No one's going to know. And then the other one that they're saying is going to be popular, but I don't agree, is Harley Quinn and Joker. And the reason it's not going to be popular is because nobody saw that movie because it's terrible. So there's that. I saw one creative one already that I thought was pretty funny, which was somebody dressed up as a Stanley cup, like the mug. Like they put a big straw on the top of their head and they dressed up as the mug. I thought that was pretty funny. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna dress up as something because I'm a doofus, but we'll see what it is. Anyway, listen, register for Guru Conference. It's in a few days. I would like you to be there. I will be there. 20,000 zillion people will be there. It's free. It's virtual. GuruConference.com. I'm very excited about this. I want to know what your Halloween costumes are. Check out our other episodes later in this week and keep it real.